Hey y'all, so in April I will be attending Jordan Con. For those of you who aren't familiar with Jordan Con, it's basically a convention that's built around the Wheel of Time series by Robert Jordan, and it focuses on fantasy. And this is usually a time of the year that I focus on my Sword and Soul too, because it is a division of fantasy. So this month, I'll be running specials the entire month on my Sword and Soul titles. And I want to start off with my first Sword and Soul book, which is actually my very first book, Meji. Meji was came from the concept, the ideal, when I wanted to kind of express the knowledge I had been learning about African history and culture, and I wanted to write a book that kind of encompassed everything that I was learning into one thing. And I also wanted it to be, of course, a sword and sorcery type book based on African cultures, and that's where Meji came from. And just to read you a brief description of what it says, twins born to a society that believes such birth is a dangerous omen. Ndoro and Obaseki are separated at birth to live different lives. One becomes a great warrior who is ostracized because of his birth. The other, a pampered prince whose strange ways result in banishment. Meji is an epic fantasy story like no other, a tale steeped in African culture, traditions, and told by unforgettable characters. I had a lot of fun writing this book. It started out back in the 90s, actually, when I first had the idea, but I didn't complete it until 2008. I started writing it in 2005, and had the honor of Charles Saunders reading the first manuscript. And for those of you who know, Charles Saunders is the person who created Sword and Soul, and he loved it, and that was all the validation I needed. The book, the special edition, is actually the way that I originally imagined the book to be. When I released it initially, I released it as two books because I was a brand new self-published author, and I had the advice from other self-published people saying that nobody wants to read a 500-page book by a self-published author. So, divided into two books, which I did, and you can still get the two books separate. But 10 years later, I went back and said, you know what? I'm going to go back and I'm going to release this book the way that I always wanted it to be. I've been out there for a while. People know who I am. People know my name a little bit. So let's do it the way it was supposed to be done. And that's when I came back and did this. Now, the Meji Special Edition is available as a hardback, which is this right here. It's available as a paperback, and it's also available as an ebook. If you go to my website, it's on the front page today. So you can just automatically scroll down and click and get whichever one you want. If you already have the book and you love the book, you can share the link with other people. Let them check it out. Another unique thing about the special edition is that I went back and changed some things. There were some terms that I was using back in the day that I found out were not really African terms. They were words that were being used by other cultures. And so I went back and eliminated those. For instance, I was using the word crawl to describe the Sesu's homes. And I found out, which was based on the Zulu, and I found that the Zulu word was actually umuzi. So I went back and changed that and different things like that. So if you read the book earlier in its two-book form, those are some things that you would notice would be a difference in the special edition. But anyway, the special for today is Meji. Go to my website and check it out. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. And we're kicking off the Sword and Soul month with this book. So y'all take care. Peace.